This is my most two recent hair experiences. I took it down, I redid it at the end of May. I finished on the 30th. And today is the 1st of September. I permed it 2 days ago. So I've been taking my hair down now for about 25 minutes. I haven't even completed one whole braid. What they're doing is they're tangling it, and I didn't realize why they were tangling it till I realized I wasn't recording. I'm like, why in the hell are they tangling these braids so bad and making them so hard to take down? So I guess I need to document this. Okay, that's just an example of how whenever I don't record what I'm doing with my hair, they completely make it more complex. Let me tell you the most disturbing part about doing my hair. They always see the style before they finish. They looking into the future. Remote neural monitoring. They always see the style before I finish it, and they will begin to talk about it and go off about it and rant and rave about my do before it's done. Pay attention to how my face changes in these videos. It's just a reflection of dimensional sabotage. Time. It took me 6 hours to take my hair down. I think this is about the same as last time. By the way, they just gave me a shot. Why is it blurry? On my pinky. You can kind of see where it's risen a little bit. Okay, so I haven't washed it yet, and normally I do that right away, but I'm actually going to let it rest for today. My head's really sore. They're making it extremely tender. They're making it extremely tender. Look at this. I'm sorry, I always get distracted by this fat. This is just crazy. But this is how much hair came out. That's a lot for me, just like running the comb through it, trying to comb it out a little bit. That's a whole lot. This is day 2. I'm going to put some extra information in this one because I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to compose this or if I'm just going to try and use this video that I'm making right now for the entire thing. It took me 6 hours to take my hair down yesterday. 6 whole hours. And I had a lot of loss. Hold on. Okay, I ran the comb through it briefly yesterday after I took it down, and this is how much hair came out. Right now, I got the battery out. So anyhow, what's happening is, back to that whole thinning thing, what's happening is when I comb my hair out, the part that they're breaking and shedding is the part that's nearest the end. So when this hair that's coming out during the comb out process, it's not coming from like the new growth and the roots so much. They're breaking the ends so that it'll be thin at the ends. I'm going to give you an example. Watch this. You see how I got the sneeze sensation and they took it away? It makes me so mad. And how I just conveyed it ain't even enough. I was just rushing to say it. If I really put that into words, you would understand why. Because some of y'all stupid as fuck. That's just how your brains were wired. So, me saying that ain't enough. I would have to literally put it in dummy terms, and you would I gotta see why that aggravates the fuck out of somebody. Why it would piss them off on top of everything else that's taking place.
Okay, this is 10 minutes long, so I'm going to skip through it a little bit.
And with this camera moves. With it, this is fucking ridiculous. I don't know who the fuck could live with having no motherfucking hair like this. This is crazy. This shit get on my nerves every fucking time. These demonic hoes with pushing natural hair movement crazy as fuck. Just like box braids, that shit is heavy as fuck and ain't nobody saying nothing.
It's on a different SD card. I was going to show you the box braids. They got my skin scarred up. They put fat all over me. Like,
did you hear him crack my comb?
No, because I was talking.
That's physics. Perception management. It's insane. Population full of Satan's army. They don't have their minds. How convenient is that?
Then again, I'm not going to skip through because I don't know what I'm going to say in this.
So it wasn't so bad right there. It's I guess just mostly in the front. On this side, you should be able to see it. Because now that I think of it, it didn't happen in the back either as much. Nobody got time for this shit. They said she's aggravated as fuck. That's why we don't want her to be able to put these videos together yet. Or put it on the internet yet. I told you I was trying to make this one video. But so many interruptions took place in between. Not of my own. They like stopped the video and then knocked the battery out. Crazy part is like right before the video stopped, They were kind of antagonizing me about the situation with the neighbors downstairs. And I was telling them, shit like that ain't never happened in life. It's like it's bad enough you're running your motherfucking mouth remotely, but then you thought you was gonna try it. The identity that you thought wouldn't hurt. I am gonna snap that bitch's fucking neck. I bet you I am. And cause like I said, that's disrespect. And shit like that ain't never happened, and it ain't about to start happening. I'm gonna make an example out of her. I've been telling y'all for the longest, the devil can't never try me. The only fucking reason it didn't take place then is because I have too much going on. And you heard me tell her, she better hope that she's gone before this shit, before I get everything in motion. And she won't be. So, yeah, I'm afraid of this shit. That's crazy as fuck. Like, and just imagine, like, with everything that's been going on, like, all the people they could have showed up as on the street, they ain't do none of that because it could have never went that way. You know, here, you know, there's a housing authority, there's, you know what I'm saying, bullshit. And
let me be clear. It ain't got nothing to do with the housing authority. It has everything to do with the landlord. You know, us staying here in this place together. I'm saying if it was anyone else on the street, we would have been fighting in the middle of the fucking street because we don't stay in the same space. It's just a bigger issue with this being a duplex and, you know, us living above and beneath one another.
there's bullshit involved. So that's a convenient identity to use. The motherfuckers ain't been paying attention to nothing. Oh, now you gonna run your mouth? These motherfuckers be whooping my ass for science, and you knocking it. Like I said, I'm making it as a part of her.
So if you're a dummy, you only recognize what you can see. That means the visible spectrum of light energy and how it's used. But there's two other categories. There's infrared and there's also ultraviolet, you know, like one's radiation, another is frequency. So they the invisible parts of light and energy is how the government attacks those that are being gain stocked. And you know, of course, there's other elements. You know, there's cloning and there's RFID chip implants, you know, the ability to corrupt the code and things like that. But I'm just saying, as far as these direct energy weapons go, that's a real phenomenon. You can't see it, you feel it, and not only do you feel it, you're being taunted about it. So they letting you know that they about to fuck you up with some motherfucking shit before they fuck you up with some shit, and don't nobody know what's going on inside your house. If you're single and you live alone, you're easy motherfucking prey. These motherfucking Satanists are absolute terrorists. They don't give a fuck. And when I get up and I get ready and I get dressed and I walk outside, can't no fucking body tell any fucking thing happened.
And let me tell you something else. Like, that's the one thing that I like about this small apartment is it has a lot of windows. And windows are meant to be looked out of. Okay? Like, that's
fuck what you heard.
So anyhow, and I'm sitting here and I'm doing my hair, you know, and I'm not paying attention to much movement, but, you know, I noticed that a truck rolled by like 2 or 3 times, and then he went up and then he came back. He turned around somewhere and came back. And it's stuff like that. Sometimes like vehicles stop and they park for a long time, like they're visiting over here, and they're not. That's the stuff that no one's catching because everyone's informed. They know what's going on. They just don't want me to catch it. Okay, so I'm done combing it out. It took me 45 minutes to comb it out. I put these in because I'm going to wear it in a ponytail today. I might put the braid pattern in later, but it's not likely. Oh, this is how much hair came out. So this combined with this.
Every fucking time.
Come on now.
Every fucking time. Like, if that shit happened to you, if that shit happened to you, you motherfuckers would be crying.
Okay, here's my braid pattern. It took me 2 hours to do it. Now, again, about this whole damaged hair thing, like hair is everywhere. Like, it's all over the place. This is what I use. And occasionally this in between. Recall in another video where I talked about hair products, a cursed head of hair, and how physics. I didn't know that it's physics. I went into more detail.
Let me see if I have this photo. Okay, no, I don't have it. But, and I told you I just switched SD card, so it's a possibility it's on the other one. But anyhow, what it was like a documentary about elite science, like government agencies and secret societies and stuff like that, and then maybe it was anyhow, they were showing how pretty much every individual, is really a replica of your energetic field, but it looked like a bubble, it looked like a bubble around you. And what that bubble represents is how physics and dimensions are being applied to you. So that greatly, okay, I was making sure I was recording. That greatly, it affects what comes off of you. It affects what is concealed on you, so like if you're a real funky foul person, they can, some folks are nasty, but when you're around them they don't smell. It's demonic, so they affect how you can smell the perfume, what's coming out of your bubble in your aura, what's going into your bubble in your aura, how much of those particles people are actually experiencing, how much of it you're actually experiencing. In short,
during that time, but just how physics can manipulate the texture of your hair and how it can keep a product from working, like no matter what it is. There's nothing that I do wrong to my head of hair. Like, there's no reason for all this breaking and stuff like that. But like I said, there's extreme attacks on my energy right now. So that means tons and tons and tons of my power cells have been removed, extracted, or blocked. I still have scars, like on my skin, that have not healed from February. It is May 27th.
But about this hair thing, like, that's not even my real head of hair. That's not what my DNA produces. The end.
I'm not going to start crocheting until tomorrow. And look at this. This is what the government's done. I wish I had on a pair of leggings or something so that I could better show you how this is. You can see it that way. Okay, it's 4 o'clock. I just got started. And we'll see how long it takes. So for every piece of every crochet that I pull out, a lot of excess comes off. So this is the second time that's happened. You're like not splitting the pack of hair for the bundle, but you can see they're wasting a lot of it. That could have been 15, 20 crochets, easy. Ain't happened in the bedroom. They're taking out the black. That's what I just realized. They're separating the colors. Look at all this. This is black. And it manipulates how this turns out. It's going to turn out like this, really red. And nothing like this. Okay, so this is reality. I just took some pictures. And they managed to throw off the shot by like a milli something, and what it does is not only does it ensure that the picture doesn't come in clear, like it causes like a little bit of a blur or overlay, it also alters the image. I'm being still, and they were capturing different images. So anyhow, so check this out. My pictures weren't coming out like that. Check this out. You just saw that. Remember this. My face is not the same. In this video, my face is not the same. In this video, my face is not the same. In this video, my face is not the same. Okay, this is the 29th. Okay. This is the first time I'm cutting my hair in 2 years. First time in 2 years. It took me 6 hours to take it down again. So I think it's needless to say why. This is the beginning. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to base it. This is the second base that I've done. I did the first one yesterday. And let it set. And today I'm putting the second base in. And then I'm going to perm it tomorrow. So I'm going to let the base sit overnight. And perm it tomorrow. In his suffering, so that you'll know what a suffering is and why Job suffered. Job suffered because he was in his lower state of mind. It's called your carnal self. Pleiades are the 7 stars of Atlas. Okay?
Atlas in Greek mythology was the one who held up the world on his shoulders. Okay, that's the watered down version. However, what it's speaking of is this part of your neck that connects to your medulla oblongata. And when you stay in your lower self, that is where your soul exits your body. Okay? But by knowing, you won't, if you know etymology, you will find how to break down parable. Okay? With the Palladi star.
Okay, and this is just some in-between stuff because I don't know when the next time I'll be able to record without a problem. I have a lot of interference. The government runs a lot of interference when it comes to my computer communication and devices. So,
Okay, so what happened was, well, you're going to hear that in this video, but they had no way to sabotage me. This is the same day that he said a couple things to me. I have a full picture of what his identity looked like. So, by the end, nope, not by the end, the beginning of June, probably like the first or second week of June, I picked Black Miles back up. But it was because my workload was so heavy. So, anyhow, if I stop smoking Black and Miles and they're not able to talk to me, they're apparently.
I said, okay, so here's the pictures.
I was saying I was going to show you. Those purple lips, right, or whatever you want to call them. That's human augmentation. I can't even feel this good on this camera. Like in this other picture, on this other phone, it shows well. You can kind of tell right there. took those screenshots from a video. So I can't tell the date. But anyhow, you get what's going on.
So during that time, they were claiming that I was doing drugs. And if you've looked into anything else, you know how they'll apply the behavior of others, you know, their dogma to me, and apply my active work to them, you know, so that they receive favor.
And the Knights of Columbus was to wipe us out of history. Do you understand? This is the reason why you cannot go and find the linear history. But that's also why you have all these secret societies that consequently and curiously keep wearing the Moorish fez. And you never figured it out. Do you understand? Then they have badges all across their car with the Moorish star upside down for Eastern Star. Then they have the Compton Square and the pyramid. They have Allah and Mecca.
Moors are in a cult too, you know, like that's why you see them embrace all them. A lot of Moors will even admit, you know, matter of fact, I'm going to show you a video where she said, we made these people. You know, they're referring to created races. That's why you always see them embrace them. You know, they reference their teachings, you know, their religions, their all kind of stuff. You know, they abide by their rules and they make agreements in the form of treaties. They all mention the womb. Oh, this is an example.
Let me tap the screen.
This is interference.
I wasn't able to stop the video. I had to cut the phone off and pause on the not the home screen, but the lock screen.
I'm not going to go.
And now I can't play the video. So, that should work. Bitch steady holler about fuck me.
Okay, that's not. Wait, fine. That's not what I was planning on. Okay, I said I wasn't going to do too many of those, but these are short. Just to show you like some of the interference. This isn't an example of that, but it's dated information. So you can see that 7/31. That's also the day that I filed my UCC. That next morning, I was not able to use the functions on my phone at all, and it stayed that way for some time, but I was going to the library.
Of a revolution would mean that Satanists would turn their army against them. In hindsight, the ideal of a revolution would mean that Satanists would turn their army against themselves. And that's exactly what's going to take place. Your God is a genetic engineer. They replicate themselves by implanting their characteristics, traits, and personalities in you. In the lower tier, you see it at its worst. Everyone's familiar with the spirit of Keisha. She's in literally every race, and she's just one of many demons. So they don't look like a complete expression of themselves. They apply my bloodline's DNA. In gang stalking, the government uses those that you know to facilitate their desired outcome. They literally change the minds of those, and do things that will result in the attacked person becoming homeless, jobless, and wrongfully labeled mentally ill. When it comes to demon possession, in my case, there's 3 aspects.
Anyhow, last thing on the Moor ordeal, they all reference my bloodline, the original womb woman. Some of them even call her Zodiacus.
Day 2. Well, actually 3. I based it for 2 days. My scalp. Here's my dilemma. There's no music today because I have a new SD card in, and the new SD card, it's like one of those app permissions thing. You know how they manipulate the apps. So now, this is all music that I downloaded on YouTube, but so it's supposed to stream offline, no matter what. Like, it has nothing to do with the SD card. But they're keeping it from working. But the whole reason that this new SD card is necessary is so that I can compose this video with the screen recorder. So I didn't have any space left on the other phone in order to get these videos composed, to put them where they play in order and not like A through G. This is what had to happen. So anyhow, no music, but that's neither here nor there. Just a note to let you know some of the complications that I'm running into with devices and, interference. That's not the only thing that's been taking place today, but that's not what this video is about, so I'm not even going to get into it. I'm going to start this perm. I got my timer here. Stopwatch.
Bitch ass government said I was getting too turned.
I'm going to get started. One more thing before I do. You're probably wondering how long it took me this time to take the hair down. It took me 6.5 hours to take my hair down this time, and this is how much hair that came out when I did. And I'm using a professional perm, which means it's no lie. The pH balance, not no lie, it's lie and not no lie. The pH balance in it is higher. In the back a little bit, but it was said and done. Like, there's no reason, there's no cause for it. What I didn't do is I didn't smooth it out because I knew that my scalp was a target, so I just refrained from doing that. And but I made sure it's saturated, like it's throughout. I had 6 portions. It's 22 minutes right now. Minus, I'm waiting in a couple minutes. I'm waiting to minus the 5 minutes that it took to apply the first section. And that'll put me at the time that I'm supposed to leave it in. So anyhow, I'll show you what it looks like when I get out. I can't stop the video. Now I'm gonna do my best to show you what's going on. I'm gonna have to stoop down. See how they boxed out my waist, my hips, and everything just went together. Anyhow, this is no different than last time. I'm talking about on the 29th and 30th of May this year.
I'm speaking in terms of breakage.
When I did my hair. That's all hair that's no good. So they make sure that the new growth ends up being the same as the breakage.
You gotta ask yourself, like, what did females do before clipping ends?
Ultimately leaving me with the same length. So, it's thin, it's no good. Same thing goes in the back. So, where?
This length.
Hold on. So this is not the true length. That makes sense. You see it? Ends out right there is where,
A beautician would cut it.
Okay, so this is what it is right now. Like, I have to run to the store really quick. Y'all all know I'm on foot. So I just put it in a ponytail.
Imagine that from heels and purses to book bags and Snickers, tennis shoes and book bags, where you always wear purses and heels.
When I let the leave-in, I have a deep conditioner in. So by the time I get back, it'll be ready for me to watch out. But like I said, this is a lot of breakage. You can see it. None of that hair is any good. I'm about to rinse it now.
Hold on, what's going on? What happened?
Later. This is what came out from me combing through it. So, like I said, I'm gonna rinse it, and then I'm gonna flat iron it because I want to make an point about pre-stretched and split ends.
A point about pre-stretched and split ends, how they're promoting something for you to buy that they tell you isn't good when it takes place naturally. Anyhow, that's not how I originally said that, but you get what I'm saying. I ended up leaving that in overnight.
Okay, I've started the flat iron process. I'm about an hour and a half in. Normally it takes me 20 minutes to flat iron my hair, but it's in bad shape. I don't know if I took a good picture of the condition that it was in when I woke up, but that right there tells a story.
It's like overnight they extracted all the there's a word for it. They extracted all the good things that I put in it. So the last time that I flat ironed my hair was last year, around maybe August or September of 2019.
But anyhow, it's coming out straight. This is the first time that I flat ironed my hair since probably August or September of last year. But it's really fragile. It's really fragile, and I'm going to show you the what I said about the pre-stretched hair thing ordeal, how this kind of falls into the same category, and how they're making a mockery of your hardship and turning it into something that you pay for.
I don't even look like I just had a phone.
It's like it didn't even have a deep conditioning. I'm talking about it's dry and tough, spongy. This is common for an amount of hair to come out, to burn out when I flat iron. And when I say common, I mean since this attack started on my head, not before. None of this took place before. Okay, I'm done. This is how much came out. I'm going to show you how much hair came out total. That's the amount total. That's how much hair came out total. Now that I flat ironed, I'm about to style it, and I'm going to do something really basic like a ponytail. So, and I'm probably going to show you the type of damage that's being done, like an example. I'm going to record the styling process, because this is what's happening. I'm trying to, like I said, it was probably going to be something basic.
Okay, look, it's so fucking tough in the I'm mad. It's so tough in the middle. Like, not even the middle. It's just like the top. I wish I could. If I touch this, nope. It's not showing. So anyhow, whereas in the past, have I ever had this length before? Yes, I have. This is the length that my hair normally is before they damaged it. Like they over processed it at a Dominican salon in Georgia in 2013, and it's just kind of been like ups and downs since then. Prior to that, I was, even with all of the money that I was throwing into blowouts and sew-ins, they were sabotaging my sides. So this is the first time, not my edges, but my sides. The side of my hair was always a shorter length than the middle and back of my hair. This is the first time that the sides are actually like anything near the same length as the rest of my head.
Like ponytail, but it can stay down and keep from being pulled in a ponytail. I'll leave it that way. No wonder.
Not on foot.
I just see this going bad. But the problem is, okay, I'm gonna talk to you about the problem. Every time I run my fingers, my hands through my hair, it comes out. What do you think this is doing? It's in bad shape.
Now, to be clear, when I said, what do you think this is doing? I wasn't blaming it on the comb. You have to keep in mind what I've noted in other videos, that's how physics works. It's no different than a magic trick. Like imagine having a string in front of you and then it invisibly being cut. That's magic. They do the same thing with hair. I told you there's been times when I comb my hair and it's like they're just like Edward Scissorhands in a way.
So as much as I want to leave it, watch this. And I'm going like this.
I'm gonna get into it. It's probably behind them putting that fucking stomach on me.
And then combing this part out.
That's crazy.
It's too much. When I get some energy, I'm gonna put this back in crochets. That's probably I really don't plan on letting it rest. But after I saw that it wasn't as offensive as it had been in the past, and I was kind of hoping for the perm to do more. I was gonna leave it down for some time, but now I don't think so. Like I said, as soon as I get some energy, I'm gonna braid it up and put crochets in. I hate that song. Trifling ass. crazy when my hair was long because I used to get so mad because I wouldn't do anything with it, but other than wear it in a ponytail. Long hair to them is not what long hair is to me, and because I know what long hair truly is. I keep everything else in a ponytail. It's just not worth bothering with. And the truth is, if I had really, really long hair, like when I have really, really long hair, because that's just a part of my reality, I'm still gonna wear it in a ponytail. Because it's convenient. And guess what? I absolutely love convenience.